Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another class on verbling. This is teacher Abby, and today we're going to be doing a class on phrasal verbs related to the verb grow. So that's what we'll be doing. Hi, Ali. Welcome to the class. How are you?
Hi, Abby. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm okay. It's good to see you again. How was your weekend?
Nothing special. It was, as usual, boring weekend.
We need to spice up your weekend life, Ali.
Maybe.
Hi, Amr. Welcome to the class. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you, glad to meet you today, Abby.
Very nice to meet you finally. Thanks for joining us
Yeah,
in class.
you're welcome. I'm very happy to meet you today, and I wish you a good day and other participants here today.
Tell me, Amr, a little bit about yourself. Where are you from again? Remind us.
Okay, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Amro from Egypt. I'm 42 years old. I'm a professional legal and consultant, and I am a big fan of English. And this is my first class with Miss Abby.
Wonderful. Well, hopefully I don't disappoint you.
I hope so.
Welcome. Thanks for coming, Amr. Hi, Araceli. Welcome to the class. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing very well, thank you. And you?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for asking. It's nice to have you with us. How was your weekend?
It was good because I'm on vacation already, so it was quite good.
Is it a long weekend for you or no?
No, it's just I have just started my vacation,
Mm.
so I won't have to work during July and August. So it was a very wonderful time.
Wow, that is wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And let's say hello to Hussein. Welcome back to class. Good to have you.
Hello, Abby. Thank you. Good to see you again.
And you as well. How was your weekend?
It was very good. I took a lot of rest and yeah, it was very good. Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. So you're all rested up for the week. Welcome back to class.
Thank you.
And Joao, welcome. How are you?
Hello, welcome. I'm fine, and you?
I'm wonderful. Tell us about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil, São Paulo.
Joao, I've had you in class before.
No, it's my first time with you.
Oh, welcome. Thanks for coming.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. And Michael, how are you? How was your weekend?
Hi, doing great. How are you?
I'm very good.
My weekend was normal. Like
Normal?
not so excited, not so boring. So I was like shopping a little bit, and I was with a birthday party of a cousin.
Okay. Cool. What was the best part of your weekend? Your favorite activity that you did?
Actually, I forgot, and I think this was my best part. So I spoke with a friend on Skype that I didn't speak a long time. I haven't. Oh, so what is the proper tense to say? I haven't spoken.
I haven't spoken with for a long
Yep,
time.
I haven't spoken with a long time ago, and was a nice conversation to see that friend on the camera.
Okay, cool. I'm
What
glad
did
that
you do on the weekend?
Well, I don't know, for those of you who do not have me on their Facebook or on their Instagram, I actually spent the weekend with my best friend's mom, and she was my very first guitar teacher, and she's known me since I was 2 years old, so we had a lot of laughs. I went to watch her perform, and then we sang a little bit together, and we had dinner together. It was very nice.
Did you go to the beach?
You know what? I didn't, but I'm going to the beach today after work.
Okay.
Yay!
Enjoy your sunbath.
Yes, my sunbathing. I have to get that in. So that was my weekend, and obviously today, because it wasn't actually very hot. It was a little bit rainy and cool, but it was okay. It was a nice weekend.
Okay, thanks for sharing.
So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be looking at phrasal verbs that are related to grow. Maybe we can have a quick quick description of what you think of when you hear that verb. We've talked about it in a past class, but this is a different lesson. Ali, what do you think of when you hear the word grow? What does it make you think of?
Grow, increase, or becoming bigger.
Ali, you're English.
Or raising.
Raising, good. Who's been teaching you English? You're fantastic.
I don't know.
Good job. Anyone else want to tell me what they think of when they hear that verb, grow?
Kind of the same.
Yeah, actually,
Oh, sorry, what was that, Amr?
actually, we can say increasing in number, size, or something like that.
Absolutely. So when we combine that verb with a preposition, sometimes it drastically changes the meaning, and sometimes it's still a little bit related. So that's what we'll do today. We'll take a look at some of those expressions. Do you guys have the document?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. I also am going to share my screen because it's the second verb on the document. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Any questions before we get started? Okay.
Okay.
So let's start with Araceli. Araceli, could you read for us the first phrasal verb and the definition?
To grow apart, when friends gradually become distant and less close, we say they grow apart. After I went to college, my best friend and I gradually grew apart. Now we rarely even talk to each other.
Okay, Araceli. So what does it mean to you? Give me an example of growing apart. See if we understand it.
Since I have children, I grew apart from some of my friends who didn't have any children.
Why do you think that happens, Araceli?
Because we, for example, parents can't go out late at night and have different interests and different things to do.
Absolutely. Good example for sure. Whoops. Hi, Asif. Welcome to the class. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much. And what about you?
I'm very good. Welcome to the class. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
When you're not speaking, Asif, can you mute your microphone?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Okay, let's continue. Let's go to Hussein. Give me another example of why somebody might grow apart. Why two people might grow apart. Give me an example.
Okay. Okay, because of I moved to another city, my friend and I grew apart because he kept living in that city and I moved to another, so we grew apart.
Good example. Yeah, maybe moving, having a distance between you. How can you prevent that from happening, Hussein? Maybe you move to a different place, but you do not want that to happen. What should you do?
Maybe I can go to that city sometimes, and I can visit my friend if I want to, and then we can come together a lot of times, even if I'm in another city, and yeah, we can do this. But if we want, and if we can do this, we can do that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Can anyone think of an idiom that oh, Michael's already gone. Michael, what idiom could we use to describe that?
To keep in touch.
Exactly, right? Phone them, talk to them, maintain the lines of communication. Good.
Yeah.
What about you, Joao? Can you tell us about another reason, a different reason for growing apart? Not moving away, not having
Yeah.
children, a different reason.
After I stopped drink, my friends grew apart.
Okay, my friends
Grow apart?
grew apart. Okay, I think that happened.
Yes, it's real.
Why do you think that's true?
Because the people only go out to drink.
Okay, so you wanted to separate yourself from that.
Yes.
Good. Excellent example. Let me say hello to Lucia. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Good.
You can call me Lucy, it's easier for you.
Okay, thank you. Where are you from?
Croatia.
Wonderful. Welcome to the class. Thank you for joining us. Can you think of a time in your life where maybe you have grown apart from another person?
Yes, because we argued too much and then we just decided we won't talk anymore.
Ah, okay. So grow apart is a gradual separation. It's not on purpose, right? So maybe you have a friend that you just, for whatever reason, you got busy and then you kind of stopped talking. That would be growing apart. Okay?
Okay.
Anyone else want to give me an example? Somebody who has not already given an example of why people grow apart?
Maybe you're working very hard and you don't have time keep in touch your friend. In time you grow apart.
Absolutely. That's what happens. Good example, Ali. Anybody else? Is the Verbling chat working for everybody? Just so I know.
Yes, exactly. Well, I can give an example. Since we live in a different states or something like that, we grow apart from each other.
Absolutely. Living far away from your friend.
Yeah.
Right? Or maybe you have a friend who always says things that seem to hurt you. Perhaps they don't really mean to, but they say things that make you feel sad or uncomfortable, and over time you feel the need to distance yourself from a person. We could also say that is growing apart. We grew apart. We went in different directions.
Yes, good.
Maybe one of your friend start to having bad habits or something like that. Maybe start to using drug or something like that. You warn him or her, but he or she don't stop it. In time, you grow apart.
That's a really good example, Ali. Absolutely. Okay. Thank you, Araceli, for reading that one for us, and really good job, you guys. Let's go to our next one, and we can have, let's see here. Let's have Hussein read it for us.
Okay. Grow into. To grow up and fit into large clothes, for example, an older brother's sister's clothes. You don't need to buy new clothes. You can just wear your old brother's clothes. I know they're a little too big now, but you'll grow into them soon.
Okay. This was me as a child because I'm the youngest. Not fair. That's what I have to say. Okay, Hussein, give me an example of growing into something. And there are different uses of this. We'll talk about that as well. What do you think, Hussein?
Okay. Should we use it just for the clothes, or maybe it has another meaning?
Yeah, it does have another meaning. Do you want to take a guess?
Yeah, like, for example, to fit in a position.
Okay, so how could that work?
Maybe I can say like when I first started to work in Microsoft, I was not that qualified, but gradually I'm growing into that work, maybe.
Absolutely perfect. So you can also
Yeah.
grow into a position or a responsibility.
Yeah.
Excellent. Any questions on that one? If not, let's get some additional examples. And let me just welcome Suno to the class. Welcome. How are you? Suno. Hi, Suno. Are you there? It seems we cannot hear you. I'm sorry. There might be a problem with the audio. Okay, somebody else give me an example of growing into something. Now, if we're not talking about clothing, to grow into something would be to become comfortable with it or good at it. So who can give me an example?
In 1 year, I grown into English. Can I say?
Okay. You cannot say you grow into English. How could we put that?
English proficiency or?
Yeah, I guess you could, if somebody said, how's your English? You could say, I'm growing into it, meaning that you're getting better at it.
Okay, I never had like this kind of
Idiom? Or?
So in this kind of sense, I growing in a language.
Yes, you can grow into it. You can grow into many things, but you're right. Some things are less common examples, and that would be a less common one. There's one coming up, though, that you can use that one for, Michael. Anybody else want to give it a go or ask a question to see if it could apply? Maybe you've got an example of something that you have grown into. No? How do you think it feels for the youngest in the family when they have to grow into their new clothes? What do you think? Maybe Lucy, what do you think that's like?
Can you repeat, please? I didn't hear the first part of the question.
What is it like for the youngest person in the family who has to get the clothes of their older brother and sister? What do you think that's like?
Oh, I think that they don't have an opportunity to have a new clothes from the store. They always have to take the clothes of the brother or sister.
Exactly. Do you know what that's called, Lucy, in English? What we call those?
No, grown.
Does anybody know what we call that when you get the clothing of your older siblings?
Inheritance.
Well, that's, yes, you're right.
the clothes.
That is true, Michael. You do inherit the clothes. We call them hand-me-downs. You can say, I don't want your hand-me-downs. I want new clothes. That's what we would say.
Yep.
Does anyone have a story about that in their family of hand-me-downs or getting things that you have to grow into?
For example, my sister, she threw away the clothes of the niece, of her niece, like after she worn them out, or what was it?
After she wore them out.
Yeah, worn them out. Like she didn't want to, I don't know, to let them for another child or something like that.
Okay. So she didn't want to hand down the clothing. Anybody else? Was anybody like me, the youngest child, who got the old clothes of your brother or sister?
Yeah, I was. I am still.
Tell us about it, Lucy.
When I was younger, about 5 or 6 years old, I always got clothes of my brother. And I mean t-shirts and sneakers or something like that. And I never almost never got my new clothes from the store, and I was very sad.
Yeah, for sure. It makes you say, like, well, when is it my turn?
Yeah.
And then I grew up and I'm actually taller than my sister, so now she gets my hand-me-down. Good job, you guys. Excellent. Any questions on that phrasal verb, grow into? Okay, let's go to the next one. I'm just going to scoot it down a little bit. There we go. Maybe we could have our next student read that for us. Joao, could you read it?
Yes. Grow out of. To grow too big to wear clothes. Jake grew out of all of his old shirts, so he gave them to his little brother to wear.
Okay, very good. So give me an example of something that you might grow out of. Please, Joao.
I have a lot of t-shirts. What I give to my brother because I grew out of all of them.
Very good. Very good. And what do you guys think? What else can you grow out of? What else can you grow out of?
Games? PC games?
Absolutely. Games. Or, yeah.
Hobbies?
Hobbies.
Toys.
Toys.
Movies? Music?
There's another one. Shoes, yeah. Oh, sorry, shows. Shoes. Let's talk about hobbies. What kind of hobbies might you grow out of? Let's ask Amr. What do you think, Amr? What kind of hobbies might you grow out of?
Oh yeah, since I was a kid, I used to play football, but now I grew up.
So you could say, I grew out of playing football.
Yeah, I grew out of playing football. Yes, exactly.
Good. Excellent example, Amr. What about
Yes,
you, Araceli? What about you? What's something that you've grown out of when it comes to hobbies? Maybe something you did when you were younger that you no longer do.
I think I grew out of horror movies because I watched them when I was a teenager, but I don't like them anymore.
Me too. I'm exactly the same. I hate horror movies now. Hate them. Good example. And what about anybody else want to tell me something they've grown out of, a hobby they had when they were a kid or younger that they no longer enjoy or participate in?
Riding a bicycle.
You grew out of it?
Yeah, when I was a child, I enjoyed. I rode. I have rode. What was the problem?
I rode.
Yeah, I rode the bicycle throughout all the let's say the area where I lived.
Mm-hmm.
So back and forward, and every day, and through forest. So not so much forest, but kind of. Abby, what is for a small forest?
Like the woods or the bush?
Yeah, woods, bush, something like rocky, not flat. But nowadays I don't ride bicycle.
Michael, you're missing out in life. You're never too old to ride your bicycle.
Do you think so?
No.
Or Michael, after bought a car, you grow out the bicycle.
Actually, I looked up on the site of a local store of bicycles, and I was thinking to buy maybe one, but I looked up that they're very, very advanced bicycles, and I was thinking I would like to buy these professional ones, but the price is like a car of that bicycle.
Wow, that must be a nice bicycle.
Yeah, it's so it's professional for I don't know, for the people who are really into these things. It's made of metals, some kind of good metal. So it's not. I was thinking maybe to buy, maybe no.
Interesting, interesting. Anyone else want to tell me something that they've grown out of? Something that you did when you were a kid? Maybe a habit. Let's switch it over. Let's talk about a habit that you had that you when you were younger and you've grown out of it. Who can give me an example?
I have other example.
Give us one.
I grew out of workouts.
Of working out?
Yes, now I practice yoga.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Very good, excellent. So that's another hobby. What about a habit? Who had a habit when they were younger that they no longer have?
Can I give an example, Abby, of habits so I would understand?
Yes? Oh, you want me to give an example of a habit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, like a habit might be sucking on when children are small. Oh, Ethan, sorry, I'm going to have to mute your microphone.
Sucking on thumb.
Like children often suck on their thumbs when they're little, but when you're older, hopefully you grow out of that habit.
Okay, so I have had this thing only with pencil in school. When I was learning in school, I was looking when the teacher was explaining something. I was not sucking, but like playing in my mouth with that.
Chewing on it, had it in your mouth.
Chewing, okay. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Because it was like really boring that to listen. Maybe that's why.
What about you, Hussein? What's a habit that you had when you were a kid that you've grown out of?
Really, when you asked it first, what came to my mind is that pissing in the pool.
Peeing in the pool?
Yeah. I grew out of doing that. Well, I used to do that.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you've grown out of that habit. Good job. Anybody else want to share a habit? Even if it's not your habit, maybe a common habit that kids have that they grow out of as they get older? All right, let's continue. Let's go over to Lucy. Could you please read the next phrasal verb for us?
Grow on. To gradually like something that you didn't like at first. I used to hate this song, but it's grown on me lately.
Awesome pronunciation. So give me an example. What is something that has grown on you?
Grown on. I don't know. Maybe this band. I don't know if you heard about it. Something like the Neighborhood. It's called The Neighborhood. I didn't like them at first at all.
Mm-hmm.
But when I listened to their lyrics, I don't know. I just fell in love.
Interesting. That's a really good one. So once you heard the lyrics, why did your opinion change about them?
Because they can really reach out to you with those lyrics.
Awesome example. Thank you, Lucy. What about you, Ali? Tell me about something that has grown on you. Something that at first maybe you didn't really like it or you just didn't notice it, and then it started to grow on you.
Yes, sometimes when I listen a song or a singer I didn't like at first, and in time I realized that he or she has grown on me.
Yeah, that's the power of the media, the radio. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, sometimes maybe you met a friend or someone. At first you don't like him or her, but you know him or her well in time. Yeah, you notice you like him or her in time. He or she has grown on you.
Absolutely. Good example. Very good example. Anybody else want to tell me about something they used to dislike or not be very fond of, and then it grew on you? It became more favorable over time.
Jogging grown on me. I used to be indifferent about that, and after a while I started enjoying doing that every day almost.
So you could say jogging has grown on me.
Okay, jogging has grown on me.
Excellent example. What about you, Asif? I'm not sure if your connection's working. Are you there?
Okay, let me see an example here.
Okay. You can give us an example.
Yes, exactly. Well, since I learning online, I hate it at first, but it grew on me nowadays.
Why do you think it grew on you? Why do you think it grew on you? Why did you suddenly think that maybe it's something for you?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to communicate with other people and teach and learning in different kind of language and or something like that.
Okay, very good. Very
Yeah.
good. So it grew on you. What about you, Hussein? Tell me about something that has grown on you that you didn't like and now you do.
Maybe, okay, my girlfriend.
You didn't like her in the
Maybe
beginning?
maybe I can say it like my girlfriend and I don't have a great relationship, but she's growing on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good example. Good example. Your girlfriend or a friend might grow on you. I remember I had a friend once and she was just not my cup of tea, meaning that I didn't really get along with her, but then over time we learned that we were very suitable to have a friendship with each other.
So she was growing on you.
She grew on me.
Grew. Okay.
She grew on me. It's very true. And if it's happening right now, if you feel like you're starting to like someone just now, then you could say, yes, she is growing on me.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Suno, if you need help with your audio, please let me know. But if your audio is working, you're more than welcome to participate, okay? Okay, anybody else want to share?
Okay.
Oh, there you are. I hear you. Suno.
Yes.
Welcome to the class. I can hear you. Tell us about something that has grown on you, something you used to not like and now you like it.
I grew on smoking.
Smoking grew on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hated it in the beginning and now you enjoy it.
But I quit smoking now.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you could say being a non-smoker grew on me. Being a non-smoker grew on me. At first it was difficult, you probably hated it, and now you like it.
Yeah, right.
Good job. Thank you very much, Suno. Very nice to have you share that with us. And congratulations.
Thanks.
Anybody else would like to share something that they enjoy now?
Watching movies in English, not translated to Spanish, has grown on me lately. Because at the beginning I didn't want to be reading the subtitles and trying to understand English, but now I'm used to it.
Excellent. That's good. Yeah, sometimes you just need to stick with it for a while and then you start to enjoy it. like working out, or like Michael mentioned, jogging, things that maybe seem difficult in the beginning, and then you start to really enjoy them. All right. Good job, you guys. Fantastic. Let's go to the next one. And Michael, it's your turn. Could you please read it for us?
Grow up on. To do something often as a child, an experience or activity that influenced or affected you as a child. Cartoons nowadays are terrible. The cartoons that we grew up on were much better. My brother and I grew up on comic books, and we have collected them ever since.
Okay, so give me an example, Michael, of something that you grew up on.
But is this verb kind of similar as grow we reviewed before?
No, it's different, because before we talked about something that you didn't like in the beginning, but this is something that had a huge influence on you as a child. Maybe you...
Yeah, I confused with grow into, like, okay, so to do something as a child. Well, maybe cartoons or something else.
What cartoons did you grow up on?
Like I think Tom and Jerry and this kind of I don't remember their names, like, but kind of the same as Tom and Jerry, the same company, I think, made them. So maybe playing with cars, toy cars.
I grew up on playing with toy cars.
Yeah, I grew up on playing with toy cars.
Okay. I think me and you, Michael, we probably grew up on the same cartoons because we're the same age, right? Approximately.
What's your age?
27.
My 28. Yeah, we're kind of the same age, Abby.
So we grew up probably on similar cartoons.
Yeah, you should know them. They're like, I cannot recall how they explain them, but kind of the same as Tom and Jerry, only with other characters.
Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes, yeah, Looney Tunes. With Rabbit, with
Bugs Bunny,
Goofy, and things like that.
Exactly.
All of them, we had Cartoon Networks, I think the channel was, and I was watching all the day.
Okay. Let's go to Suno. Tell us about something that you grew up on.
I lived in countryside, so I grew up on farming.
Excellent. I grew up on the farm.
Yeah.
I grew up farming. Fantastic example. Ali, what's something that you grew up on? Something that you did often as a child that had an effect on your who you are today.
I grew up fighting other children. Usually.
I grew up fighting other children. That's why you're so peaceful today, Ali. You've had enough fighting. You've said that's enough, no more.
Did you knock out someone? Or kill?
Did you ever knock someone out, Ali?
Maybe. I will tell you later.
Okay. That's for a private conversation, not a public one, right? Good. What about you, Amr? What's something you grew up on as a child? Can you think of an example of something that you grew up on or that you did often as a kid?
Yeah. Yeah, I used to play chess. I was a kid with my brother, and I grew up on it nowadays.
Okay, very good. So what about, do you have children, Amr?
No, I'm still single.
Okay, so you can't tell me what your children are growing up on.
Yeah. Sorry.
What about you, Araceli? What's something you grew up on? This is a good question.
Well, yes, I remember my sister and I grew up on listening to pop music, especially to certain groups from Spain that time. But you won't probably know that ones, but we grew up listening to certain the 80s music, pop music especially.
Excellent. Yeah, pop music for sure. I grew up on country music.
Different.
I was a real geek. Asif, what about, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, here in Spain it's not very common to listen to country music. We know it, but it's not so common.
Well, it's
But
not
maybe
very
for
common either.
Maybe for you it is common.
It's more common in, I would say, obviously, like the southern United States are very well known. But for some reason, as a kid, I wanted to be a cowgirl, and I was obsessed with country music and horses and cows and probably cowboys. But I grew out of it.
You grew up on Shania Twain, really?
Shania Twain, yeah, she was my absolute favorite. Obsessed with her.
When you were a little girl?
When I was a little girl, yeah.
What's your favorite song of her?
Oh, I could sing every single Shania Twain song off by heart. I know every song. I don't know what my favorite is.
Singers that don't impress me much.
Maybe after class. Let's go over to Asif. Tell me something you grew up on. Asif, what did you grow up? Oh, sorry, your thing's not working. Hussein, tell us about what did you grow up at? Tell us about your childhood.
I don't remember very well. I think it was same with everybody. Playing on street, movies, and eating chocolate, ice cream.
I grew up on chocolate and ice cream. That sounds like you had a lovely childhood.
Yeah, I think it was very good. Yeah. I miss sometimes my childhood.
I think we all do. I think we all go through times when we think, that was nice, or I missed that part of my life. Good example, Hussein. And you, Joel, what did you grow up on?
I grew up playing Counter-Strike.
Sorry, can you repeat that? You grew up what?
Playing Counter-Strike. It's a game on computers. And I grew up on pool too, swimming.
Okay. Excellent. And what about you, Lucy?
I grew up on watching Snow White, The Sleeping Beauty, Tom and Jerry, and I don't know what it's called in English. That bird who runs and
Tweety.
Not Tweety. The Roadrunner.
Yeah. The Roadrunner, and I grew up on playing The Sims.
Excellent. Very good. And Michael, you've already given us your answer. Good job. Ali, that's a problem. I think it's time to grow out of it. It's time to grow out of that behavior.
I can grow.
Oh, okay, good job, you guys. Any questions about that one? Please be careful with your keyboard. If you're typing, please try to mute your microphone. So that is our last phrasal verb. Any questions on the phrasal verbs before we do the worksheet? We've got a few examples here. We're going to try to fill in the blanks. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started with Suno. Could you please read the first one for me and fill in the blank with the correct phrasal verb? Go ahead, Suno.
I didn't like living in Japan at first, but after I met my girlfriend and got a nice apartment, it started to grow on me.
It started to grow on me. Good job. Excellent, excellent job. I think living in Japan would grow on me as well. So why did he start liking Japan, Suno? Why did he start liking it?
I beg your pardon?
Why did he start liking Japan?
Didn't like. I did like.
Okay,
Okay,
why did he start liking it? Why did it grow on him?
He met a girlfriend and have a nice apartment, so he started to like Japan.
Exactly. Good job. Excellent. Okay, let's go over to Ali. Can you read the, oh, let me just fix this microphone issue. Just 1 second here. Okay, we're good. Ali, could you read the next one for us and fill in the blank?
Okay. My son is growing so fast. At the beginning of the year, his brother's clothes were too big for him, and by the end of the year, he had already grown into them.
Grown into them. Perfect.
Grown
Awesome.
into them.
Ali, that was perfect, and you've even got the right form of the verb. Them. Excellent. So, any questions about these first two examples? Any questions at all about how we've used these phrasal verbs? Okay, let's go down with to Amr. Amr, read the next example for us and fill in the blank. Amr, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, yeah. Chris and his brother, you can see. Chris and his brother, yeah, grown up born. Grown up born.
Excellent. Very good. Grew
Grown
up
up
on. There you
born.
go. There you go. Much better.
Grown up on sports. So it's no wonder that they both got basketball scholarships from the university. Yeah.
Excellent. Very good.
Thanks
What
a lot.
did you grow up on any kind of sport, Amr? Did you ever grow up on a sport?
Yeah, actually, I used to play football since I was a kid, and actually, I was fighting to be a good player, but nowadays I stop play. Okay.
Yeah, you said you grew out of it.
Yeah, yeah. How about you?
Yes, I grew up playing tennis, and
Yeah.
I was a really good swimmer. Some of my regular students know that I wanted to be a lifeguard.
Oh, yeah. Sounds interesting. Great job. Yeah.
I haven't grown out of it, but I'm not going to be a lifeguard. No Baywatch for Abby.
Yeah. Maybe you need to do some practice.
Perhaps a lot of practice.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
next one. Araceli, could you please read it for us, the next one?
Yes, I accidentally bought shoes that are 2 sizes too big. But my mother says I'll grow into them, so she won't buy me a new pair.
Perfect. I'll grow into them, so she won't buy me a new pair. Now, what would you do, Araceli, if you bought a pair of shoes that were too big? What would you do?
For me, I don't think my feet are going to grow. But for my children, that's something that happens many times, especially if they receive a present, and many times it's like 2 sizes bigger than they need, and I just keep them in the
closet.
In the closet, yeah, and wait until they are able to wear them.
Absolutely. Yeah, very good. Perfect. Let's go to our next one here. Hussein, you're next. Could you read the next little paragraph for us?
Yeah. Initially, Jason and Diana thought they could have a long-distance relationship, even though their friends warned them that it wouldn't work. He lived in New York. She lived in LA. At first, they kept in touch, but eventually, they grew apart and broke up.
Okay, very good. Now, what do you think about this, Hussein? Is this common? Why do you think this happened?
Most probably because they live in other cities. One lived in New York and the other one lived in LA. I don't know where it is, but I think they are very far from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very normal. In Turkish, we have a saying, the distance, no. If someone is far from your eye, it's far from your heart.
Mm.
Yeah.
We have a similar one in English, Hussein. It's distance makes the heart grow yonder, which means the heart gets farther apart. The hearts get farther apart.
Oh. It's the opposite of it?
It's the same as what you're saying.
Oh.
But with fonder, what would you say with fonder?
Well, that also it just depends on the person's opinion.
Okay, clear.
So we say if you believe that it makes you grow apart, then you'd say yonder, and if you believe that distance makes you fall in love even more, then it's fonder.
Okay, yeah, I've heard I think with fonder more.
Yeah, I think I've had that in an idiom class in the past.
Yeah.
What was absence?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you very much, Hussein. Joao, can you do the next one for us?
When I first tasted beer, I thought it was disgusting. However, after a few years, it grew on me, and now I love the taste.
Okay. So, Joao, what is something that you did not like the taste of, and it grew on you over time?
Grew on me.
What's something that has grown on you? You didn't like in the beginning, and now you like it.
Pepper.
Pepper, good example. Yeah, usually young people or kids don't like pepper, right?
Yeah.
Anybody else have an example of something they didn't like the flavor of, and then it grew on them?
Vegetables.
Yeah, as a classic.
Well, I didn't like salad at all when I was a kid, and then I grew on it.
Very good. Then it grew on you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anybody?
I didn't like rice.
You didn't like rice?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm serious.
And now you do?
Now it grew on me, yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Good example. I didn't like the flavor of red wine, but everybody knows that that's kind of grown on me a little bit.
I still don't like the flavor of red and white wine.
No?
No.
You've got the.
What? I've
You've
got
got the taste buds of a little boy.
Sorry, what did you say, little boy?
I said you have the taste buds of a little boy.
And what is bad?
Taste buds are the sensors on your tongue that detect flavor.
Oh, okay.
Taste buds.
No, I'm indifferent about that. I don't see like any. I don't like and I don't dislike. I'm indifferent.
Okay.
I actually don't like red wine itself, but we here in Croatia like to mix red wine with Coca-Cola.
What?
Yes, you should try it. It's delicious.
You mix red wine with Coca-Cola.
Yes.
That is that sounds like a sin.
No. No, it's not. You fill half of a glass with red wine and the other half with cola, and it really tastes good.
Interesting. Very interesting. I've never heard of something like that before.
I have heard about that. In Spain, young people usually have this kind of mix, but it's like not only for very young people like to drink that, and they call it calimocho. But I haven't tasted that for many years.
Interesting. Yeah, because they want something sweet. They don't see. That's why. That's how I was when I was younger. I didn't like the flavor, but I didn't mix it with Coca-Cola.
But this is made with cheap wine, especially. So you go to the supermarket and buy this kind of cheap wine, which is sold not in a bottle but in a box, and then in a Tetra Pak, and then you mix it with a big bottle of Coke and with your friends like that. That was what we used to do when I was young.
Wow, that sounds like a headache to me.
Yeah.
Headache.
The taste was, for me, I don't remember it had a very good taste. I prefer to taste good wine, not that kind of mix.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, ladies. We have no time left for our wrap-up activity. Are there any questions or final requests before we close?
No, thank you for the class.
Okay. Good work, you guys. Thank you for coming. And if I see you for the next hour, that would be great. But if not, thanks for joining me this hour. It was wonderful to have you. Some of you were new to class, so thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Take care. Bye.